Get that. We are going to begin with the 2010 landscape and the goings-on up on Capitol Hill. We're joined by the Republican whip, Eric Cantor, Republican of Virginia. Congressman, thanks a lot for being here. I'd like to begin, if I may, with our latest Washington Post ABC News poll, and take a look at this number here. Will you support the incumbent in your district in November for Congress? 57% of the country, Congressmen, say they're going to look around. Only 32% say they're going to re-elect their member of Congress. I know the Democrats have more seats, and therefore this is more troubling news to them. But you, sir, is this not also a warning shot to your party, your incumbent sitting in Congress?
Look, Rick, of course people are upset. This country is at a crossroads. When you look at the challenges before us, no wonder Americans are fearful of our future. I mean, people really across this country are wondering whether their kids and their grandkids are going to enjoy the same freedoms and opportunity that we do, given the mounting problems of debt and spending that are occurring in Washington. People are out of work, they're insecure and uncertain about their future.
Congressman, I want to ask you a little about the 2010 position that's going on today. Tim Kaine, your fellow Virginian, is rolling out his plan for the fall and framing the Democrats as the party of results against the obstructionist party, pointing to some legislative successes they've had recently. Are Democrats the party of results?
Well, they're the party of results. It's just the bad results. And that's, again, going back to the recent poll, there's a reason why people are so dissatisfied with their incumbent in Congress, because the party in power has produced an agenda that is unacceptable to the American people.
But do they not, to Tim Kaine's point though, they have accomplished many of their agenda items that they put out there that the president campaigned on. They've gotten them through. The American people may not yet feel the results of that though, right?
Well, listen, again, they can tout their results, but the plan that they put in place, the vision for this country, has been rejected by the American people in the public polling over and again. That's why we're seeing so much frustration on the part of so many people and so many independents across this country. Voters in November are going to want a check and balance on this unfettered power that is being held by Nancy Pelosi, Barack Obama, and Harry Reid, and to finally try and bring the debate and the policy agenda and ultimately the direction of this country back towards the center.
Hey, Congressman, big debate going on right now over immigration reform, and we know what's going on in Arizona. I just want to ask you, I mean, this is kind of split Republicans almost down the middle. Do you support what Arizona is doing, this new law that they passed?
Look, Arizona is a border state. Events on the ground gave rise to what that legislature in Arizona had to do because of the lawlessness that started to occur. And frankly, what that speaks to is a federal government and administration that has just not done its job. That's where the focus needs to be. The people of Arizona, again, they're living in a border state. When you've got killing going on, trespassing on property, and lawlessness in our country, no wonder people are upset.
Right, but Congressman, you are a national Republican voice. Are you in the Jeb Bush, Marco Rubio, Karl Rove camp that this law that Jan Brewer signed in Arizona goes too far, is unenforceable, or lots of questions around how it will be enforced? Or are you in the McCain, Kyle, Brewer camp in support of the law? Which camp are you in?
I think that's a false choice.
How is that a false choice?
Because no one is going to accept the lawlessness. First and foremost, we're a country of laws. Now, are you asking whether I think that America is a country of opportunity? Absolutely. Are we a country built on immigrants? Absolutely.
I'm asking if you agree with Marco Rubio that the law goes too far. That's what I'm asking.
Listen, I can tell you this. I am for making sure that America remains a country that stands of freedom and opportunity for everyone, and that means we ought to concentrate on enforcing the law and making sure that we enhance legal immigration so that we can continue to grow and prosper so that we can get America back to work.
All right, Congressman, you've got a piece up. It's at biggovernment.com that you posted this morning talking about that this is not the same GOP as your fathers may have seen. But I want to ask you one aspect where you are kind of following in some of the forefathers' footsteps is the idea of a contract, some kind of a plan that you put forward. What is the listening portion of that going to consist of? What can we expect in terms of, if you have an idea, how does it end up being part of or rejected for, but part of the contract?
Well, first of all, we are not the Republican that we were in '06 when the American people fired Republicans from Congress. We have an incredible number of young, energetic candidates who want to come to Washington to do the right thing. These are individuals who understand there's way too much spending going on in Washington. The debt that's being incurred will saddle future generations. And in fact, we're out there talking to the American people right now, listening, which is something that the current administration is not doing. That's why you're seeing the polls the way you are, because the American people have rejected the agenda being posed by the Democrats, by Nancy Pelosi in Congress. So what you're going to see with this new Republican Party is a commitment that we will present to the voters to demonstrate that we are listening, that we do agree we need to turn this country around and get America back to work.
Congressman, in our final 10 seconds, if you guys win majority of the House, can you guarantee for us that in January it will be Speaker John Boehner?
Sure, I do think that John Boehner will be Speaker when we take the majority back.
Congressman Eric Cantor, the whip of the House Republican Caucus Conference there, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman.